Either way, the Tekken players complaining about Akuma has just cracked me up because reading it on my timeline, I'm like, oh man, welcome. Together, we're together as one, right? Like, it's like Street Fighter players are like, fucking Akuma, man. This motherfucker is just so good. And then Tekken players are like, fucking Akuma, man. Oh, this bullshit ass character. I'm like, we're together as one. It's a unified hatred for the power of the Satsui no Hado, right? What's gonna happen next? I gotta warn you, Tekken players. What's gonna happen next is that there's gonna be someone who's like, you know, the only Akuma player who's really doing anything is a Wise Honey, or whoever it is. They're gonna be like, there's only really one Akuma player that's you know, doing well in the top 8s. That's the next step. Wait for that to come. Every game always has powerful characters that people will pick. I mean, if you think about every single fighting game currently, there's one or two or whatever characters that everybody just fucking bitches about for being powerful in every game. It's always like that, right? Whoever is the most powerful character will be bitched about. You know, on your timeline, you see people saying, fuck Karen, right? You see Tekken players saying, fuck Akuma. You see Dragon Ball players saying, fuck GT Goku. You see Mortal Kombat players saying, fuck Liu Kang. You see Smash players saying, fuck Joker. You see, you know, it's going to be any game. They're going to complain about the characters that are good. I guess maybe now people follow a lot of games, so they see it more, but it's always been this way. There's always one character that people are like, fuck this character. Fuck Byakuya? No, fuck you. You say the funny thing is people complain about Johnny in Guilty Gear, but since he looks cool, people don't get mad as much. I remember people said that about Geese. They said when Geese was really good, they're like, I don't mind that much because Geese is so cool. That shit runs out eventually. Eventually, you lose to enough back 3-2s in a max mode that you say, fuck Geese. I'm sick of this character. Look at the amount of people saying fuck Johnny in the chat right now. See that? Yeah, Johnny's a real bitch. That's for sure. In the beginning, when Urien was really good in Street Fighter V, you had all these cool mirror setups and shit. People were like, oh shit, let's go Urien. And then they were like, nerf him. Make this fucking character worse. It sucks. I hate dealing with him. They saw Ibuki's bomb setups or whatever. They're like, oh, this character's so cool. Nerf this character, this fucking bitch. They saw Geese. They're like, oh, this character's so cool. Nerf. Get this character out of here. No one complained about Chun-Li in Third Strike. Someone shoot that guy. Yeah, G is so cool turned into, fuck G, this stupid gamble-ass character. Nah, but fuck Cyrax and MK9. So you guys are now realizing, no matter what game you play, there will always be powerful characters or frustrating characters that are very strong, and you'll always be like, ugh, fuck this character. Because even if a character is really difficult to learn, or if they have high execution, or if their setups are really like, you know, it takes a lot of time and labbing and studying to figure out setups and stuff, in this day and age, if you watch someone do a setup, you can then take that to training mode and figure out the setup in 1/10 of the time it took them to figure out how the setup worked in the first place. If you think to yourself, damn, like this Geese looks really, really powerful, maybe I should try Geese. And, you know, you see all these Geese players doing all these crazy combos and shit. You can then take Geese to training mode and just, you know, all the combos. You don't have to look them up. You don't have to find them. That's just how it works. Nowadays, people are much faster at learning characters than before. Our top tier is boring. Depends. I usually feel like playing a top tier character, I'm almost never bored because top tier characters usually always have lots or a few really powerful options you can always do. They have so many options, right? So that just makes them fun. Vicious came in to defend his boy Yun and then had to leave immediately. You came in for 2 minutes to defend Yun. Hey, fuck you. Fuck Yun. Generally, top tier characters that I think are fun are characters with lots of really good options. But I think most of the time, the strategy tends to be to boil down a character to the most powerful few options they have and just use that, right? Because realistically, when you're playing a character that's strong, if they have a shit ton of options, then on the fly, choosing the correct option can be very difficult. If they are a character that's just very straightforward and they have like 2 really powerful things or 3 really powerful things, and your options are do 1 or 2 or 3 very powerful options and not having to worry about 15 or something instead, that's usually better for like a tournament character or for consistency, right? Because you can't really make a mistake and pick the wrong option as often. Johnny as a top tier is interesting because his resources are limited and I feel like they have to play efficiently through the majority of the match. I honestly don't think Johnny's resources feel that limited. I just wish every character has some cheap shit. I mean, these days, most characters, even if they're not that good, have cheap shit. Like, even the characters that are not very good usually have pretty powerful options. It's just that either doesn't lead to more continuously powerful options, or if you block it, they're dead. I don't know, there's usually some other reasons why it doesn't work. Better question, should simple be powerful? You shouldn't intentionally make simple characters bad, I think. But if the strongest characters are all really, really easy, and the hard, difficult characters, even when played to their max level, are weaker than those characters, that's probably not what you want. Execution shouldn't be the only barrier to a character being really strong or really hard. It shouldn't just be execution, because that's not the only barrier you can have for a character to be difficult. It should be decision making and like tool sets as well. You want characters with a wide variety of tools to still be like really good if they know how to select the right tool in the right case, even if the execution is not particularly difficult. The Seth syndrome, Seth was just a real stupid ass character, wasn't he? I was talking about Street Fighter 4 Seth, but they both make me angry. The biggest weakness Seth had, I feel like, was not even actually his health. It was that his inputs were all overlapping, so you constantly got the wrong shit all the time. And if it wasn't for that, really, what the fuck are you gonna do against Seth, right? It's just funny to me because, like, there was a lot of really shithead characters in Street Fighter 4. When I think about Street Fighter 4 Ibuki and how that character played is so crazy. Like, I don't think people really realize just how fucked up Ibuki could be against so many characters, particularly characters that just got unblockable. And it was just like, well, you got hit and now you're probably dead. And somebody told me, like, Ibuki wasn't even that bad. Like, Ibuki never hit someone and just vortexed them to death. And I was like, what are you watching? It didn't make any sense. The only reason Ibuki, I think, was okay was that she got dive kicked. That was probably the only reason that character survived. Man, it was just crazy. It wasn't even an Ibuki player. Just block dude Ibuki players. They say that as they unblockable you. Yeah, MOV, the last year of Ultra, I don't remember seeing him play the game almost at all. And he just showed up in Street Fighter 4 Ultra with Ibuki, and his real jank Ibuki just showed up and like did really well like every Japanese premiere or ranking event he went to. The only time he lost was like Yun players or like Elena, I guess. Yeah, there was other characters that could smoke Ibuki, but he just showed up with his like 20-minute Ibuki and was like, what's good? And just fucking killed everybody. I was like, all right. Yeah, I remember Elena healing. That was great. I love that. Healing was such a fun thing to do to people. I started playing in Ultra, so I just picked Elena, and people were like, this character's fucking stupid. This game's trash. And I was like, what? This character's so fun.